Dubai supercars. On the streets of Dubai, you can see dozens of limited edition cars like Ferrari Enzo, Mustangs, Lamborghini, Porsche, Bentley, Nissan Skyline, and even Honda NSX. But the thing is, all these cars are not owned by anyone. They are simply abandoned in different parts of the city and covered with a thick layer of dust. In fact, most of the abandoned cars belong to foreigners who came to the Emirates to earn money. As in other countries, Dubai's economy depends on the cost of oil, and international financial crises hit the UAE just as hard as the other countries. So sometimes, even millionaires end up drowning in debt. And due to certain laws of the country, an entrepreneur cannot simply declare himself bankrupt. This is considered a felony. So hundreds of foreigners have no choice but to flee the country. They abandon their businesses and favorite luxury cars. Often they leave them with the keys right on the streets, where the dust storms slowly cover them with sand. Kinmel Hall. Kinmel Hall is located near the village of St. George. It was identified by the Victorian Society as one of the top 10 at-risk Victorian and Edwardian buildings. Sometimes the house is called Welsh Versailles. The total area of the property, including the posh garden, is at least 20 square kilometers, not to mention the house itself. It has 122 rooms. At the end of the 20th century, the house had several owners who wanted to turn it into a luxury hotel, but their plans never materialized. Today, the property belongs to a businessman who supposedly lives in the Cayman Islands. The identity of the owner remains unknown, and it seems he completely forgot about the building, which has great historical value. Sports cards. A huge collection of top sports cards from the 1980s and 1990s were found at the abandoned warehouse in one of the Detroit factories, many of which were even in the original sheet format. Some cards were found in numerous boxes, others were simply scattered on the dusty floor. The discovery was made by local urban explorers, the people who love to study the abandoned city buildings. One of them admitted that he regularly frequents the factory to find cards to sell, claiming it has been his primary source of income. According to him, the money he gets from selling even a small number of cards allows him to make enough money for a living. By the way, the identity of the owner of the collection is unknown. Rufino Tamayo painting. This painting by the Mexican master Rufino Tamayo was found in 2003 by an ordinary resident of New York in a garbage bin. On that day, Elizabeth Gibson was walking around the streets of Manhattan when she saw a huge canvas in the trash. As Elizabeth says, she does not know anything about modern art, but at that moment, she clearly felt the power of this painting and decided that she simply could not leave it there. Over the next 4 years, Elizabeth tried to find out whether the painting was of any value, finally discovering on the website that it's a missing masterpiece stolen in 1987. The website stated that the painting, called Tres Personajes, was created by the well-known abstract artist Rufino Tamayo in 1970. In 1987, it was stolen from the family who purchased it. In 2007, the painting was sold at auction to an unknown collector for more than $1 million, and Elizabeth received $15,000.